Hello everyone, this is Kyle from Mill Street Gardens, and today I'm giving you a tour of our showcase garden. So it's the last day of June and a lot has changed in the garden since we last looked at it. So let's start over here with some of our tall native plants. Check this out, it's our New York State ironweed, and it's just starting to bud up, and that will be blooming in short time. And right under it we have one of our new plants, the Puntia humifusa. And this is the first flower that we've seen on it.
That's the eastern prickly pear.
Over here we have our native elderberry, and it is just starting to bloom too. And this is a really nifty plant because it blooms for a while and it looks really striking in the garden.
Super tall.
Super tall. Yeah, so we have this guy, we have this grass which just started to push leaves out because I think it's a warm season grass. And this is the pampas grass, and it'll grow plumes on it that grow up to like 12 or 14 feet tall. We have our Maximilian sunflower that'll be blooming soon. So a lot of these native plants are about to put on a real big show in the next couple weeks. So if you're local, make sure you come see it. We have our bone set. So this will have white flowers on it. Over here, our Veronica is starting to bloom. And this whole area is covered with pollinators with all these flowers. So there's like bees all over this thing. So this is a blue skywalker Veronica. The little bumbles are loving it. Here's our monster Z-grab coreopsis. It doesn't normally grow this big. It looks literally like a large shrub. It's kind of crazy. That leads right into our drift of snowcap Shasta daisies, which are looking really good. Lots of happy pollinators on those too. And this whole area is looking really good because we have the dappled willow in the back, which contrasts really nice with the black lace elderberry, the nine barks, and the tall evergreens, the pinpoint blue cypresses. So someone should tell us what we should do with these privets because we gotta trim them up. I'm not really sure what shape I want to do with them yet. I'm not sure if I just want to let it grow really tall and narrow, or if we want to turn it into like a big, like
square.
Yeah, that might be cool too. Jonathan could do a video on how to do that. Over here we have our Carl Forster grass that whenever it blows, these things look really cool. Whoosh. And behind it we have another privet. So I do want the privets to get tall, but I don't want them to be this whole thing over here. And then we got our coral berries. So these will get the pink berries soon. And hopefully this smoke bush, which got eaten down to the ground this winter, will fill up this whole area right here because that'll look really pretty. But until then, I planted some dahlias, which hopefully will be blooming soon. Over here we have a ton of stuff that's like about to bloom. Seems like the native plants, they like blooming mid to late summer. So I think that's when our garden peak is. So we have our Coreopsis rosea, which is a semi-aggressive perennial in terms of spready, because I planted 3 plants here last year, and it was kind of shocking how much it spread. And this is basically as far as I want it to go, maybe a little bit more. So it's something I'll need to manage. And this will get tiny pink flowers on it, and it'll be really pretty. We have a white lavender. Oh yeah. And then back here we have our Miscanthus giganteus, So this is a grass that's growing very fast, and it'll eventually get very tall and create a nice backdrop to this garden right here. Right here we have cardinal flowers. So these get the red flowers on it that the hummingbirds like. And look how beastly this one is right here. I didn't realize they got this big. So we got the red cardinal flower over here. We got some really nice veronicastrum right here. So it has white candelabra flowers. And then over here we have like a giant clump of the blue Lobelia syphilitica. And that was so pretty in this garden last year. And there was only one plant, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 times the show. And that's, we planted those plants. So it does seed itself, but I don't think it'll go crazy if you plant that plant in your yard. So the lady's mantle in the front looks really pretty. It kind of bloomed, and then the bloom kind of flooped onto the ground.
It's like cotton candy almost.
Oh yeah. And then this area over here is looking really nice and full. We're getting that look that we want where the plants are touching. And we have the terracotta, or
it's peach sky.
Yeah, the peach sky yarrow sticking out. Our mountain mint clump is looking very glorious over here. It's a nice native perennial, and it's not invasive. Well, I mean, it can't be invasive, but it's not like as spready as other mints. It's just looks, we have this huge clump because we planted a bunch of plants right here. So we'll grow a little bit every year, but we can manage it. Over here we have the Penstemon digitalis mystica. That's been blooming for a really long time.
It has. And then it gets those purple, what do you call it, salix?
Yeah, or calyx.
Calyx.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Oh, then something earlier today, I noticed that this Pycanthenum attracts like these black wasps with like blue wings.
Oh,
and they're like, I looked it up, I Googled them, I forgot what they're called, but they're like ground wasps, and they eat beetles.
Oh, cool.
So I have this theory now that if you plant this, I'm not saying that this is true at all, that maybe it would take care of some Japanese beetles in your property.
Yeah. Well, you have a little ecosystem going on.
Yeah. Yeah, this plant doesn't look like much in terms of flowers, because the flowers are like really tiny on it.
Oh, that blue cast is really nice.
Yeah, it is. I know, it's stunning. But the little teeny tiny flowers attract so many insects. It's crazy. Maybe I'll just stay in here. Yep, we got our Persicaria firetail. We're hoping that this fills out this area right here. Because it's a Persicaria, we kind of assumed it would be aggressive, so we'll see what happens with that. In the front of the bed, we have our spiderwort, Tradescantia. It's really hot today, so I think that's why the blooms aren't completely open. But it has a really cool structure if you look down at like the canes almost.
Yeah.
It looks really pretty in the garden. And we like the look of having small plants at the front of the bed and large ones at the back of the bed, but sometimes we like to break the rules and have like a nice big plant like this. I mean, as long as it, you know, it has like taller stuff behind it too. Okay, here's our newer area, so it's not as luxe, but it's getting there. So we have our Carmina that already bloomed, the geranium, a couple stuff that already bloomed. We think we're going to remove this plant right here and put something else in it because we're not happy with it. Maybe a limelight hydrangea.
Yeah, hydrangea back here.
Yeah, it'd be pretty. We don't have any hydrangeas over here. Look at this. This is the Jacob Klein Monarda. Isn't that a cool plant? To be honest, I didn't really know what this plant was. Well, I knew what it was, but lots of people were requesting it. So I just planted it for we'd be able to collect seed from it and whatnot. And I'm really pleased with it.
It's really pretty. The red's so striking. And it's very tall.
I'm like, where are the hummingbirds? Hello. I bet they're
Hope they
visiting.
find it.
I,
Yeah.
I bet they're visiting when we're not looking. So we have a Joe Pyeweed right here. When we
Cool dark stems.
Yeah, it's super cool. When I planted it, I thought it was a straight species, but it's not. It's one called Gateway. But I did collect seed from it, and we do have it in our growing area, so we'll have this one available in a couple weeks. The first time we've had a Rebecca Maxima bloom. It's another U.S. native. And it's this bluish foliage, which is really striking. And I bet as this clump establishes, having this really huge blue foliage back here will look really nice with the flowers. There are red rose already bloomed. Lots of stuff over here already bloomed. If you plant an aromatic aster, which is a beautiful aster, that'll be blooming soon. And we will have available soon. I do recommend cutting the blooms off of it because all these little plants over here are babies. But if you cut the seed heads off, then it won't spread.
Quite productive.
It's very productive. Here's our Echinacea pallida, which we think is growing weird for some reason, but
Yeah, that new growth is looking like it's going to be more upright. So.
yeah. Oh, so anyways, we transplanted the wedding cake tree right here. It's in a sad state. It's like my favorite tree ever, but I treat it like it's not. So hopefully it'll be its final home,
Yeah,
and it'll be like glorious over here.
rootstock to prune off of it.
Yeah. Here's another native plant that'll be blooming soon. Rebecca Henry Eilers. I forgot the species. Here's our Lancera sempervirens. It's slowly but surely starting to take over this thing. And look, it's starting to like bifurcate or something.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully that
Sending out
means,
new branches.
yeah, I really want it to just go crazy and engulf. I don't even want to see this trellis.
Really cool.
Our Sun King is still alive. So this is supposedly a shade plant, but we have it in the sun. But in this garden, we have a tree line over here and a tree line over here. So it gets lots of protection during the day, even though it's a full sun garden. So that could be part of the reason why it's still alive. A rose mallow, which is the native like hibiscus, is going to be blooming soon with the pretty pink flowers. The Rebecca triloba, we planted this from little teeny tiny plants last year and didn't bloom because it blooms the second year. So we're excited to see that blooming soon. The Achillea millefolium has pretty white flowers on it. So this is the native yarrow. This is another plant that we'll have available soon. There's a couple other plants that we have available soon. I don't think I've been really good at mentioning that. So we got that, and we planted some of the babies in the ground over here that we grew from seed. Oh, here's another one. The Echinacea purpurea. So we grew some of these from seed. And it did seed itself on the ground. We're leaving the seedlings because we want it to spread. Actually, I think a lot of the stuff in this garden is what we grew from seed because we planted these plants to collect the seeds from last year. So this is a Senna hebecarpa, and
Also some seeds.
This plant looks so much bigger than it was last year because it's its second year in the ground. But I think with the native plants, they like skip right from sleep to leap. There's no creep.
Yeah.
So
Huge fast.
yeah, and the thing that drew me to this plant was like the texture of it. So it's like it's in the Fabiaceae family, so it has the bean type leaves that you see on, you know, of similar plants, like a
Compound leaf.
yeah, the compound leaf or whatever. So it looks really cool. It's a nice texture. It's a nice height for the garden. And it's gonna have yellow flowers soon. We have the orange butterfly weed coming up, and we have little seedlings that I planted and they're still alive. So my dream one day is to have this like full of the orange butterfly weed, because I think the flowers on that's really pretty. We have our columbine. I think it has the purple on it because it was like a cold spring and it got cold damage, but it's starting to push up some fresh foliage.
Oh, yeah,
Our beautiful birch tree, the royal frost, which kind of like adds all the red to this garden, which is important. This is just a grass that we brought from our house. This was really pretty a little while back when we did our garden tour for the neighborhood. I think a Japanese beetle might have already found its way. Oh no, that's a bee. I'll leave him alone. He's like sleeping in there. Our dahlias are growing really slow. That one is cafe au lait. Our northern sea oats are looking really good. We got our Virginia. Our this is like a dark colored sedum. So the red sedums or the dark sedums are a good way to add that contrast into the garden. Oh, and look at these Shasta daisies over here. They're so glorious. So this is one variety called Becky. So it's what, like 3.5 feet tall? That's really cool. I planted like
5 plants?
No, I planted like 7 or 9 of them.
7 or 9.
And then during the tour, someone was like, "Oh, those are gonna spread," and I was like, "Whatever."
Okay.
Yeah, I think they look so cool.
Let them up.
And our Veronica Glory, it's looking
Nice
good.
variety.
So over here we have a lot of short stuff at the front with taller stuff in the middle. Oh yeah, and we have some more yarrows. This is a pink yarrow called Cerise Queen, and it's a millefolium. And then we have some zigzag goldenrod, which when I planted it, I assumed it was taller, but it turns out that's a shorter variety. So I'm gonna see what it looks like, but it might just end up moving from here to like here. And then I can split it and make it into like a drift of plants instead of just 2 of them. Ha. Then over here we have the little blue stem, which just looks so pretty. It's just so blue. So we only have 1 plant. So I want to put another one like here, and here, and here, and here, and just make a nice drift of them. That'll be really pretty.
Pop a blue hiding behind all these.
We have our weeping redbud, which is doing good. And our currants. Oh, in our last video, we said we'd update people on the current situation. So this one is indeed a black currant. I don't remember what I said it was. And they're delicious, aren't they?
So then this is the red one.
I don't think they can hear you on that. You have to speak into this one.
Oh, okay. Do you want to say it then?
What?
This is the red one.
Oh, this is the red currant. Yummy. Here's our new area, and we're having deer browse issues. This is a sweet pepper bush, right? It's some sort of clethra.
It's Clethra rosea.
Clethra rosea. And Mr. Deer came and ate every single bloom off except for just a couple of them. So that's kind of sad.
There's a couple left for us.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like. Well, to get better at the deer browse, our blue mist flower. This was on my bucket list for this year. We had one of our visitors. His name is Jim. He showed me pictures of his garden, and he had blue mist flower in it, and that's why I wanted it.
This one's also on your bucket list.
This was on my bucket list because we saw this in Sodas, and it was beautiful. So this is a big flowering raspberry or purple flowering Rubus odoratus. And then I wanted to grow it from seed, and online the seeds weren't available until all of a sudden they were available like the spring but they need like a 90 days or 120 day stratification period, so it was too late. So I was glad that we were able just to buy these plants. Another raspberry, just a standard one. Heritage. Our Weigela hasn't really done much since we planted it like a couple weeks ago.
That's rubidor, I think.
Rubidor? Blue stem goldenrod. And then we have our snowberry. So we have the pink one over there and we have the white one over here. So we could have both.
Cool.
And then we have our marvelous marble heucheras, which, you know, animals have been eating. They're not eating the foliage, they're eating the flowers, which is interesting. Oh, there's some sort of the caterpillar on this one.
That's seeding.
It's seeding?
Seed pods.
Oh yeah.
This one especially.
This is a Kentucky wisteria. Yeah, blue one. I'm trying to remember the species.
Like macrostachys.
Oh yeah, macrostachys. Anyways, yes. And this is the big blue stem. And I've always just seen the name of it, so I'm going to try to guess the name. Andropogon gerardi. So we have little blue stem and big blue stem in our garden now. And this was one plant, and we split it into 3 when we planted it, and they're all still alive. And this is another current plant. This one has white berries on it. Not at the moment.
Champagne,
I think they bloom on old wood. They must, because the plants from last year have berries on it, but this one doesn't. Oh yeah, and our hascaps. So we have Cinderella indigo gem. Oh, we have one on here.
one berry.
We have a berry. See it? Yeah, cute little berry. I'll let you eat that one. It's probably ready. Oh, it's definitely ready. Is it yummy?
Blueberry.
He likes it. And this is mystery because we lost the tag for it. But that's okay. So we'll propagate from these 2 plants, and this plant's just for fun. Okay. Oh yeah, and this is our devil's walking stick, or the Aurelia spinosa, an evil invasive honeysuckle plant that we got to take care of. So this is a tree, basically, that's going to grow hopefully up to like 20 feet tall and be super cool. Oh, we have some Annabelle hydrangeas over there. Not really part of the garden, but we planted them over there. All right. Over here, our hydrangea garden's starting to look good. So we have our Invincible lace hydrangea, which is really pretty. So it has, oh, this one's open over here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure what the little white things are called, but I know those are like the fake flowers, and the ones on the inside are the real flowers. And this native, or the nativar, is really pretty, because I believe the native arborescens hydrangea has lace cap blooms. So I think this is technically better for your garden than like the Annabelle hydrangea, which has been bred to not have the actual flowers. And then we have a hydrangea serrata. Tough stuff. We have this glorious yarrow coronation. It's so glorious. So I think I planted 4 plants right here. And when they're in their containers at the garden center, for some reason the yarrow never presents well in a container. So I did an experiment. I found the 4 crummiest, worst looking yarrows I could find, and I planted them in the ground, and this is what we got. So that's cool. This is a hydrangea called Pink Diamond, which is a big boy. So he'll get up to 10 feet tall and wide, but we'll manage that. Here's another one that we sell, the PG hydrangea, or Hydrangea paniculata grandiflora, or the tree hydrangea. And this one is another one that gets huge. Supposedly it can get up to like 20 feet tall, but it's something that we'll manage. And it's really easy to manage. You just chop up what you don't want on it, basically. Yep, this is pufferfish hydrangea. This one is Bobo. So these are shorter paniculatas. And all these hydrangeas that we have in here are ones that bloom reliably because they bloom on new wood. This is Yuki Geisho. It's just starting to bloom.
Irrigation is so pretty.
Mm-hmm. And it has like the reddish stems, which is pretty too.
Nice contrast.
Wow, he's loaded with flowers
Yeah,
this
he's
year.
really pretty this year.
And then the front of the bed, we have that really pretty, heucheras, the purple palace, or is it palace purple?
I think it's Palace Purple.
When you plant it in the sun, it's palace red or brownish.
Palace Chocolate.
It's a cool one because it spreads by seed if you let it. And actually, all of these I collected seeds from a specimen, and I grew them all inside of like a little cup.
Plastic cup.
Yeah, a little plastic cup a couple years ago, and then that's where they all came from, was from a cup. And then we have our limelight hydrangea, which will be blooming soon. So yeah, our garden's gonna be really pretty with all this stuff blooming soon. Coming soon to Mill Street Gardens. Our Nymphofa, flamenco. So this is one where when it seeds, it isn't true to seed, so you get different colors. So I think we had more, but some of it died out. So this is what lives, because it's like a little floody area. And this plant does not like that. Well, let's see. Guess we'll finish up over here. So we have our Ashley spirea, which is just starting to bloom. That's cool. We actually do have this one available at the garden center now. We have a random lavender tucked in. Our Weigela. And our bluebird hydrangeas. So these kind of died back to the ground, but they still got some blooms on it, which is nice. That's a mountain hydrangea. Well, I guess we can finish off over here with our native ninebark, which is looking really good.
These are the seed pods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I collected seeds from this year and grew some. And I don't know if I said this in a video already, but one of the seedlings ended up with like brownish or like blackish foliage. And I didn't grow that many of them. I only grew like 12 plants. So I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's our June tour. Thank you for sticking and watching the whole video with us. If you liked our video, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel.